sifuna siqede nalamaphathi amaningi. Fana ukuthi uma si serious kube khona amaphathi amabili amathathu eSouth Africa only. Uma si serious. Ngiyasola lamaphathi amancane abanye abasenzi nje benza ipolitiki. Sebefuna umsebenzi azenzele umsebenzi. Ukuthi aqashwe. Ayenziwa njalo le nto serious lokuphathizwe. Anikwazi lokho? My babo. Qina mkhonto qina. Qina mkhonto qina.
Is Jacob Zuma right by saying that they need to cut off on some of the political parties that are in South Africa? To have at least 2 or 3. This is what Jacob Zuma is saying. He's saying that if we are really serious about politics, we must at least have 3 political parties. This is what he says in this video clip. And he could be right. You look at the model of politics, if you look at USA and UK, they've got the Conservative and the Labour Party, and in the Americas they've got the Democrats and the Republicans. Right. You have the leftist and you have the right wing. This could be probably a good thing in the sense that it eliminates a lot of problems. People who are illiterate want to write. It is a problem. Look at what happened in Zimbabwe. In Zimbabwe, in 2018, we had 23 political parties. And how many of them got seats? Only MDC, NPF, and ZANU-PF are the ones that got in parliament. And they had council seats. Come to South Africa, 2019 elections. How many parties do you see? Do you see this? A lot of parties. And some of them, they don't even get to have seats in parliament. So what is the use of this wastage of money? And it also raises a question whether, why are people just not uniting and form a coalition? Okay, you believe you want to save South Africa. Why don't you just form a coalition? APC, Azam, whatever. Just form a coalition. And that coalition is what, because the goal is to bring results. But it's not just a South African phenomenon. You see here in Sierra Leone, how many parties are there? You see in different parts of Africa, there are so many political parties that are formed. And people know one thing that is for sure when you get into politics. One, you have access to the resources. Because in all countries, in all nations, government is the biggest spender in the country. So which means that you have access to the spending. So now you are in the decision making of how the spending is going to be done. That's why people join politics. Mainly it's not about that they want to save people per se. Mainly it's because they now have access to the resources and they have the authority to say no and yes when they are in politics. When you're an MP, you are controlling that constituency. It means that you have the access to say, this man must not go, this man must not go. And you can even put in your cousin, your brothers in the politics. So that's what politics is all about. We can sugarcoat it, but the truth of the matter is most politicians, they do it for money. Just like any business, they do it for money. So it's a business. But what do you make of what Zuma is saying? That we need 2 or 3 political parties. And how are they going to do that? Zimbabwe did that by the Electoral Commission charging a lot of money. Because as much as there is democracy, but we need to have rationale in that democracy. That not to have 70 political parties and confuse voters to see they have to find their political party. And these political parties, some of them, they don't even have a track record. They, once this election, in the next election, they are not there. So, seriously, I think I agree with Jacob Zuma. But what is your thoughts on Jacob Zuma's suggestion that there need to be few political parties in South Africa?